Hello grade 8 children. Today I am here to teach you a geometry lesson with you. That's chapter 2, perimeter. So what is perimeter? So we'll take figures like this. What's this one? A triangle, circle, a square. So these are called closed plane figures. When you take one place, you can go round and come to the same position. In this one also, you can start from any place and come to the same position. So we call these are plane closed figures. Or closed plane figures. Then what about these figures? These are open plane figures. So we are finding perimeter. Perimeter of closed plane figures. So what is perimeter means? The outer distance of a closed plane figure. So when you start from here, any place, you can come to the same position here. So you take the total distance. So we'll see what are the properties in perimeter and we'll take several plane figures in this lesson. So perimeter is the total length of the boundary of a closed rectilinear plane. Figure is called the perimeter of the figure. Units of perimeter, what are the units? So this is about a length. So we use measurements as length. So what are the measurements we use for length? Millimeter, centimeter, meter and kilometer. So what's the relationship between these measurements? So you know when you take the small ruler, so 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. And when you take the meter ruler, you can divide into 100 parts. That means 100 centimeter is 1 meter. Then if you take kilometers, that's 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. Now, select the appropriate units according to the size of the figure. So, if you want to measure a smaller length, you take sometimes millimeters, centimeters. A bigger length, meters. So, when you take distance of a road or something, bigger ones, we use kilometers. So, you need to know which one to choose. Now, what's the shape? A square. Square means all sides are equal and this is four-sided figure. Each angle is 90 degrees. So if you want to find out the perimeter of this figure, so we start from one place, go round and come to the same position. So what's the perimeter of this square? If the length of one side is L, so it's easy, we take letters for words like length, we can take L letter. Perimeter, we can take P letter. So if one side is L, so starting from here, L plus L plus L plus L. So these are like terms you can add. L 4 times when you are adding, you get 4L. So what's the perimeter of the square? If you know one side is L, 4L. So we can use this formula to find out the perimeter of a square. We'll use that one in this question. Find the perimeter of a square with length 12. Now we know L is 12. We need to find out P. P stands for perimeter. So we can use the formula 4L. That means 4 times L. L is 12. 4 times 12, you get 48. What's the unit? That's centimeters. Look at the second question. Find the perimeter of a square plot of land where one side is 20 meters now. L is 20. L is 20. P we need to find. So you can use the formula 4L. 4 times 20. That's 80. What's the unit? Meters. So we can put 80 meters. This one, find the perimeter of a square board with side length 2.3 meters. So L is 2.3. P we need to find. Use the formula 4L. 4 times 2.3. How we multiply? 4 times 3, 12. 1 remaining. And 4 times 2, 8. Plus 1, 9. That's in meters. So 9.2 meters. The perimeter of a square-shaped land is 48 meters. Find the length of one side. Now, the other way around given. So, perimeter is given. P is given 48 and you are asked to find out L. So, we can find length of one side. That's L is, the total perimeter is 48. How you find one side? You have to divide by 4 because P equals 4L. If you want to find L, you divide by 4 to get L. So P divided by 4. 48 divided by 4, you get the length of one side. 4 times 1, 4 and here 2. 12 meters. The perimeter of a square cardboard is 88.8 centimeters. Find the length of one side. Again, how you find out length of one side? I can write L equals P over 4. P is given 88.8 centimeters and you need to find out L. So P is 88.8 divided by 4. So you get 22.2 centimeters for length of one side. Look at this one. Find the length of one side of a square where the perimeter is 64.4. Same thing. P is given 64.4 and you are asked to find out the length. So length of one side is P 64.4 divided by 4. How you divide? 4 times 1, 4. 2 remaining. For 24, that's 4 times 6. 24 and 4 times 1, 4. So you get this is in centimeters. Now what's this shape? This is called a rectangle. So pair of opposite sides are equal. So we call the longer side. We call the longer side as length, shorter one as breadth. So L stands for length and B stands for breadth. Or sometimes we call width. So how we find out the perimeter of a rectangle now? Starting from this place, L plus B plus L plus B. L plus B plus L plus B. You can add like terms, 2L plus 2B. Now, we see that 2 is common. So, you can take it out, and inside I can write L plus B. So I can explain this one as if you separate these two lengths, what you get here. I want to find out the length of this part. That's L plus B. I get two parts like that. So L plus B here and L plus B this side. So twice of that, twice of L plus B. So you can use this formula to find out the perimeter of a rectangle. Look at this one. Find the perimeter of a rectangular plot of 18 meters long and 14 meters wide. So that means L is 18, B is 14, and you are asked to find the perimeter. So what's the formula? 2 times L plus B. Substitute. L is 18, B is 14. 2 times, add these two, 8 plus 4, 12, and 32. When you multiply, you get 64 meters. Find the perimeter of the rectangle, which is 24 meters long and 18 meters wide. 24 is L, breadth is 18, and perimeter you need to find. You can use the formula. Now substitute 24 plus 18. Add these two, 8 plus 4, 12, 1 remaining, 3 plus 1, 4. 2 times 42. 84. What's the unit? Meters. Look at this one. Find the perimeter of the rectangle with a length of 12.7. L is 12.7. And a width of 9.2. So what's the formula? 2 L plus B. 2 times L, 12.7 and 9.2. Just add the decimal values. It's easy to write in a column and add. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. So 21.9. So 2 times 21.9. How you multiply? Ignore the decimal and first multiply by 2. 2 times 9, 18. 1 remaining. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 times 2, 4. Then 1 decimal place you have to keep. So I can keep here. So 43.8 meters. A rectangular flower bed is 7.2 meters long and 3.4 meters wide. Find the perimeter. L is the longer side, 7.2. Y, breadth, width means the width, 3.4. P is the perimeter we need to find. So what's the formula? 2 times length plus breadth. 2 times, here 7.2 plus 3.4. Add it together. 7.2 and 3.4. When you add it, you get 10.6. 10.6 times 2. Here, brackets means multiplication. 2 times 6, 12. 1 remaining. So here 2 times 1, 2. So put a decimal point here. And you are getting 21.2 meters as the perimeter of this rectangular flower bed. The length of a rectangular piece of land is 3 times its width. So if it's x, this should be 3x. Find its length and breadth if the perimeter is 88. So what we can write? L is 3x, B is x. So we need to find out the perimeter. So use the Formula P equals 2 times L plus B. So perimeter is given 88. So I can write this is 88. So here I can substitute 88 here. So 2 times L is 3x, breadth is x. Now like terms add, 2 times 3x plus x is 4x is 88. 4 times 2, 8. 8x equals 88. How can we find out x? You divide by 8. So x is equal to 88 divided by 8. That's 11 meters. So x is 11 meters. So you asked to find its length and breadth. So what's length? Length is 3x. That means 3 times 11. 33. What's the breadth? Breadth is equal to x. That's 11 meters. The length of a rectangular piece of land is 4 times its width. Find its length and breadth if the perimeter is 400 meters. Now, if breadth is x, this is 4 times. That means 4x. What's the perimeter? 400. That's given. So now you can use the formula. Perimeter is equal to 2 times L plus B. Here, this side we can write because this is the unknown side. X we need to find. 2 times 4x plus x is 400. 4x and x, you get 5x. 2 times 5x equals 400. 2 times 5 is 10x is 400. Divide by 10, you can get x. So x equals 40. Now x is 40 means what's the length? Length is 4x. That means 4 times 40. That's 160 centimeters. No, 160 meters. Breadth is x. That's 40 meters. Look at this one. How many square floor tiles with a side length 40 centimeters are required to fit a rectangular floor that is 12 meters and 6 meters wide? Now, we'll look at the length side. What's the length? 12 meters. Now, the length of one side of a tile is given in centimeters. So this is in meters. So what's the first thing? You can convert to the same unit. We'll convert meters to centimeters. Length is 12 meters. Convert to centimeters there. You need to multiply by 100. 100 times 12, 1,200 centimeters. Then number of floor tiles required for the length side. If you keep tiles this way, only length side, how many tiles we need? The length of a tile is 40 centimeters. So we need to divide by 40. Take the length in centimeters, divide by one side of the tile, 40. You get 30 tiles along this side you need. What about width now? Now you need to fit this way. The width is 6 meters. Convert to centimeters. This is 600. Multiply by 100. Now how many tiles along the width you need. 600 divide by 40. 40 is the length of one tile. You get 60 divided by 4 is 15 tiles we need this way. So this way we need 15 tiles. Now what's the total number of tiles you need? You need here this side 30, this side 15. 30 times 15. So multiply by 3, putting 0, 3 times 5, 15, 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Altogether 450 tiles you need. Now this is one method of finding number of tiles. But you can use another method. What's the second method? By finding the area of a tile. So you can find the area of the floor and area of one tile and divide. Now in this case you can use this, but if it's a circular tile or something, you can't use the area method because that's not fitting exactly with the floor. You get gaps there. So make sure that this way is easy to do for any type of tile. This one, how many square floor tiles with a side length 20 are required to fit a rectangular floor that is 10 meters long and 4 meters wide? Similar question. So what's the length there? 10 meters. Convert to centimeters because the tile length is in centimeters. So multiply by 100, you get 1000 centimeters. So what's the number of tiles required for the length side? You take the length, divide by length of one tile. That's 20. You get 50 tiles you need. What's the width? 4 meters. Convert to centimeters, that's 400 centimeters. So how many tiles required for which side? Take the length, divide by length of one tile. That's 400. So you get 20 tiles you need. So this way, length side, how many tiles? 50 tiles, and here 20 tiles. So altogether you need 50 times 20. So 1000 tiles you need for this floor. This question, find the breadth of the rectangle if the perimeter is 120 and the length is 36 and you need B. What's the formula? Perimeter of a rectangle? 2 times L plus B is equal to P. Now substitute 2, 36 plus B. We need to find out B. P is 120. So divide the whole equation by 2. You get 36 plus B is equal to 120 divided by 2. You get 60. Now how you find B? Subtract 36 from both sides. So subtract 36, 60 minus 36. So what's 60 minus 36? 4 and here 4, 5, 6. 24 is the answer. What's the answer with units? 24 meters. So that's the breadth of this rectangle. Look at this question. If the perimeter of a rectangle with a length 48 meters is 140 meters, find its width. So length is 48, perimeter is 140. You are asked to find B. So you know the formula. 2 into L plus B is P. Now substitute 2, 48 is L plus B is equal to 140. Divide the whole equation by 2. 2 get cancelled out, you get 48 plus B equals 70. 140 divided by 2. Now how we find B? Subtract 48 from both sides. So subtraction means you subtract 48 here. So 70 minus 48, you get 22. The unit is meters. So 22 meters for breadth. This question, find the length of a rectangular board with width of 22. Now width is given 22 and the perimeter is 140. You are asked to find the length now. Use the formula. Here 140. This is 2 times. L is unknown. B is 22. Divide the whole equation by 2. 2 get cancelled out. You get L plus 22 is equal to 70. Now take away 22 from both sides. L equals 70 minus 22. That's 48. 48 meters is the answer for length. You can write here also 48. This question, a rectangular frame of wire is formed by a square as shown above. Find its one side length. So rectangular frame, this one, you can create a square from this. So you are asked to find out the length of one side of this square. So x is the length. Now we need to find out the perimeter because this is a wire around this rectangle. So what's the perimeter of the rectangle? You can find out using the formula. So we know length is 48, breadth is 12. So substitute 2 times 48 plus 12. 2 times 60. So 120 is the perimeter of the rectangle. So that is equal to the perimeter of the square as well. So length of one side is perimeter divided by 4 because all these sides are equal. 4x is the perimeter of this square. So divide by 4, you can find length of one side x. That's 30. 120 divided by 4, that's 30. What's the unit? Centimeters. Equilateral triangle. So we did perimeter of a square, perimeter of a rectangle. Now this is equilateral triangle. What is equilateral means? All sides are equal. If this is A, this is also A, this is also A. And what's the other property in equilateral triangle? Each angle is 60 degrees. Now we'll find out the perimeter of this equilateral triangle. Start from one place, go around A plus A plus A. So what's that? Like terms addition, you get 3A. So what's the perimeter of an equilateral triangle? You can take one side and multiply by 3. Find the length of one side of the triangle by dividing the perimeter of an equilateral triangle by 3. You can get one side. So A equals P divided by 3. Look at the question here. This is an equilateral triangle with length 8 centimeters. So you are asked to find the perimeter. So what's the perimeter? You can use the formula 3L. 3 times 8, that's 24 centimeters. This question, find the perimeter of an equilateral triangle which is 11 meters in length. 3L is the formula, L is given 11. So 3 times 11, that's 33 meters. Find the perimeter of an equilateral triangle which is 11.3 centimeter in length. So this is an equilateral triangle. You can use P equals 3 times L. 3 times 11.3. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 1, 3. That's in centimeters. Find the length of one side of an equilateral triangle where its perimeter is 30.6. Now other way around. So what you have to do? You have to divide by 3. So P is given. So how you find L? P divide by 3. So substitute 30.6 divide by 3. 102. So 10.2 centimeters is the length of one side of an equilateral triangle. Find the length of one side of an equilateral triangle where its perimeter is 48.9. So perimeter is given 48.9. That's 3L. So 3L equals P. 48.9 is 3L. How can we find out L? Divide this by 3. So you get L equals, divide by this 3. If you can't divide like this, you can take separately and divide. 3 times 1, 3. 18, that's 6. 9, so here you have to keep the decimal place first. And for 9, that's 3. 3 times 3, 9. That's 0. So 16.3. So length of one side is 16.3 centimeters. Now this is any triangle. So what you call this? Scalene. All sides are different means scalene triangle. What's the other type of triangle? Isosceles also there. Isosceles means two sides are equal. So this is scalene. One side is A, the other side is B, and the other one is C. So how we find out the perimeter of the scalene triangle? Just add the 3 lengths. A plus B plus C. Now we'll take this example. A scalene triangle is given and you are asked to find the perimeter. So just add 9 plus 12 plus 7. 9 plus 2, 11. 11 plus 7, 18. And with this 2, that's 28 centimeters is the perimeter of this scalene triangle. Find the perimeter of the triangle whose sides are 12, 10 and 9. So perimeter is just A plus B plus C, adding all 3 lengths. 12 plus 10 plus 9. That's the answer. 11 and 1, 2, 3. So 31 centimeters. Find the perimeter of the triangle in which the sides are 20.3, 18.4 and 16.7. So how you find out the perimeter? Just add the 3 values. If you can't add it, it's better to write in a column and add. 7 plus 3, 10, 14, 1 remaining. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 1, 15, 1 remaining. 3, 4, 5. So 55.4. 55.4 centimeters is the perimeter of this scaling triangle. This one, perimeter is given. That's 90. You are asked to find out one length. We can find these two. 30 plus 27 is 57. Now 57 plus x equals 90. I'll write x plus 57 is 90 because the perimeter is given as 90. So x is, take 57 away. That means subtract 57 from both sides. 90 minus 57. So you get 3, 1 remaining, 6, and here 3. 33 centimeters is the x value. What is this triangle? I told you, two sides are equal. Isosceles triangle. Perimeter of the triangle below is 34 centimeters. Find x. So, make a formula. X plus 10. That's the total distance in this triangle. That's called perimeter. That's equal to 34. X and x becomes 2x. Now, subtract 10 from both sides. 2x equals 34 minus 10. When you subtract, you get 24 is 2x. Divide by 2 both sides. X is equal to 12. So, length of x is 12 centimeters. If the perimeter of the triangle below is 45 centimeters, find lengths of each side of the triangle. 3x, 2x, 4x. What's the addition? That's the perimeter. That's 45. Like terms add. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 3, 9x equals 45. Divide by 9. You can find out x. So, x is equal to 5. If x equals 5, what's this one? So, we'll take this one as ABC triangle. So, AB is 3x, BC is 4x and CA 2x. So, AB is 3 times x. X is 5. That's 15 centimeters. BC 4x. 4 times 5. That's 20 centimeters. And this one is CA 2x. 2 times 5, 10 centimeters. Find the perimeter of the quadrilateral below. This is quadrilateral, means four-sided plane figure. So, how you find out the perimeter? When you start from one point, you can go around and take the total distance. That's called the perimeter. So, we can find out just adding all these numbers. 8 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11. 11 plus 9, 20. 28 plus 7. You get 35 centimeters. This is also a quadrilateral. What do you call that? Trapezium. If these two lengths are parallel, we call that's a trapezium. Find the perimeter of the trapezium below. Here, these lengths are equal. If this is 8, this is also 8. This is also 8. So, just add all the lengths. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 12. 12 plus 8, 20. 20 plus 16, 36. Centimeter is the unit. This one, similar to that one, this is x, x, x. Find the value of x if the perimeter of the trapezium is 53. So we can write down x plus x plus x, 3x. 3x is equal to what? 3x plus 20. I'll write down 3x plus 20 is the perimeter. Now perimeter is given as 53. So what can you do? Subtract 20 from both sides. You get 3x. So 53 minus 20, you get 33. So 3x is equal to 33. How you find x? You divide by 3. X is equal to 11. So what's the unit? Centimeters. Look at this question. A 120 centimeter long wire was cut into 2 equal pieces and shared between Ajit and Sujit. From there, Ajit made an equilateral triangle and Sujit made a square. Find the side length of the equilateral triangle and the side length of the square. So what's the total length of the wire? 120. So what is one piece? It's equally divided into 2 parts. So 120 divided by 2 is 1 part. That's 20 centimeters. So Ajit has 60. 120 divided by 2, that's 60 centimeters. So Ajit has 60 centimeters and Sujit also has 60 centimeter wire. So how you find out one side of the equilateral triangle? We know all sides are equal. You know the perimeter, 60, divide by 3, you get one side of the equilateral triangle. That's 20 centimeters. How can we find out the length of one side of a square? Square, you get 4 sides, equal sides. So you have to divide by 4. So 60 divided by 4, you get 15 centimeter is the length of one side of a square. Now we'll look at perimeter of composite closed rectilinear plane figures. So combination of 2 or more figures. What are the figures we did? We did square, rectangle, triangles, equilateral, scalene to find out the perimeter. Now we'll look at this one. 2 squares with side length 8 combined and make a rectangle shown below. Find its perimeter. Now, if you take these two separately, what's the perimeter? Perimeter, this one is one side is 8, so 4 times 8. Here also 4 times 8. So 4 times 8 plus 4 times 8. So 32 plus 32, 64 centimeters you are getting if you take separately these two squares. When combining squares, one side overlaps with another side. What happens? This side and this side overlaps and it's the inside length of the rectangle. Now, if you want the perimeter of the new figure, you can't take this length. So, outer length means this one. So when combining squares, one side overlap with another side. So what's the perimeter of the rectangle? How many 8s are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Earlier 8. Now two sides overlapped and it's in the rectangle. So you can't take those two sides. So we can check it. So we'll see how many 8s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 times 6, 48 centimeters. So the combined figure has 48 centimeter as the perimeter of that rectangle. Find the perimeter of joint side formed by joining three squares that are 8 centimeters in length. All sides are 8 centimeters. Now this is the combined figure. There are 4 sides in one square. We know that there are 4 sides. Total number of sides for 3 squares, 4 times 3. That's 12. 12 sides are there. Number of joint sides touching each other. Now, if you take this one, that's this one, 1. And here, half here, another one. So 2. This one, 3 for this square and this side, 4. So 4 lengths overlap and these are inside the figure. So you can't take 4 lengths. Number of joint sides touching each other is 4 now. So perimeter of the composite figure. Now how many sides altogether? Earlier 12 sides, 4 sides inside. Now 12 minus 4, 8. 8 times 8. But we'll check that out with finding lengths outside, starting from one place. How many 8s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this half, 8. So we can say 8 times 8. 64 centimeters is the perimeter of the combined figure. Shown in the figure are two identical cards of 6 centimeters length and 3 centimeter width. They combined and formed a large rectangle. Find the perimeter of the rectangle. So this is the combined figure. The two sides shown by the dotted lines are located inside the image. So here this side overlaps with this one. Now find the perimeter. So we'll take outer length of this one. So how many 3s are there? 1, 2. 3 times 2. How many 6s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4. 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 4, 24. 24 plus 6, 30 centimeters is the perimeter of this combined figure. Find the perimeter of the figure below. Two sides of the 3 centimeter are located inside the figure. Here, this one is overlap. So we can't take that length. So how we find out the perimeter? So we'll take outer length. How many 3s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4. How many 6s? 1, 2, 3. 6 times 3. Now add it. 3 times 4, 12. 6 times 3, 18. You get 30. 30 centimeter is the perimeter of the combined shape. Find the perimeter of the figure below. It's given 1.5 and 1.5 is 3. So we'll start from this point. How many sixes are there? 1, 2, 3. 6 times 3. How many 3s are there? 1, 2, 3, and these two, another one, 4. 3 times 4. So 6 times 3, 18. 3 times 4, 12. When you add it together, you get 30 centimeters as the perimeter of the combined figure. So I can highlight this 1.5 and we took as 1 unit, that's 3 centimeter unit. Find the perimeter of the figures which is aligned with the square and rectangle shown below. This is a square with length 4, rectangle length 8 and breadth 4 centimeters. So they combine, and you can't take the inside length for perimeter, only outside boundary. So we'll take how many sides of 4? Here 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 times 4. And what about 8? 1, 2. 8 times 2. So 4 times 4, 16. 8 times 2, 16. You get 32 centimeters for the perimeter of the combined figure. Look at this combined figure. Two sides 4 centimeter are located inside the figure. So this side overlap. So that's inside. We can't take it. Now we'll find out the perimeter of this figure. We'll start 4 centimeter sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll take these two separately. So 4 times 5. Then 8, 1. Only 1. So 8 times 1. And 2 lengths. 2 and 2. You can write 2 times 2. Now add it. All sides are taken. 20. 18 to 1. 8 and 4. So you get 32 centimeter as the perimeter of the combined figure. This one. Here 2 sides 4 centimeter long are located inside this one. You can't take it. Now take the outer length. 4 centimeter ones. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4. And 1, 8 centimeter long length times 1. 6 times 4, 24 plus 8. You get 32 centimeters as the perimeter of the combined figure. Find the perimeter of the joint triangle and the rectangle shown below. So these two sides overlap and this is inside. So you can't take that length. So we'll take outer length. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 4 centimeter lengths. And 8, 1, 2. 2 times 8. 4 times 3, 12. And 16, you get 28 centimeter as the perimeter of the combined figure. This one, find the perimeter of the figure formed by combining 4 triangles of side 4 centimeters to a square. So you can't take these four sides. That's inside. So we'll take outside length. All lengths are 4 centimeter. So we'll count how many 4s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 times 8, 32. So the perimeter is 32 centimeters. This one, find the perimeter of the combined figure. You can't take this one, that's inside. How many 12s are there? 1 and 2 and 3. 3 times 12. Then how many 4s? 1, 2. 4 times 2. Then what is this length? Now look at carefully. This total length is 12 and this height is 4. So what's this length? 12 minus 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. You get 8 centimeter length for this one. So you need to add that length here. Now we took all sides. Did we take all sides? No. Here we missed one length. 1, 2. Here this is 3. So we'll multiply 4 times 3 here. Now it's correct. So 3 times 12, 36. 4 times 3, 12 and 8. And 12 plus 8, 20. And this is 56 centimeters. This one, 2 trapeziums together. Find the perimeter. So don't take inside length. Only outside length you have to take for perimeter. So how many 6 centimeter lengths are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 6. How many 10 lengths are there? 10 centimeter lengths. 1, 2. So 6 times 4, 24 plus 20. You get 44 centimeters. Using square and triangle, the following figure is formed. Find the perimeter. So this is the combined one. So don't take the inside length. So how we find out the perimeter? How many 4s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4s. And then 5.6 is this side. 4 times 4, 16 plus 5.6. Add it together, you get 0.6. And 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5, 11. And so 21.6 centimeters. Now, 2 rectangles and 1 square. Perimeter of the rectangle. So this is length is 8 and breadth is 4. So 2 times 8 plus 4. 2 times 12, 24. Perimeter of the square. 4 times 4. 16 centimeters. Now we'll see, find the perimeter of the combined figure above. Now combined all 3 shapes. So you are not getting these 2 inside lengths now. So how we find out the perimeter? You can find out how many 4s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 4s. And how many 8s are there? 1, 2. 2 times 8. Now add it together. 8 times 4, 32, and 16. You get 48 centimeters. So 48 centimeter is the perimeter. This one, again, same length, 8 and 4. So this is 8 and this is 4. Now, in this one, we can't take this part. Those are inside lengths. We'll find out outside length. How many 4s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 4s. How many 8s are there? 1 and 2. Now we can add it. 2 times 8. 32 and 16. 48 centimeters is the perimeter of this combined figure. Perimeter of the rectangle here. 8 is length and breadth is 3. So what's the perimeter? 2 times L plus B. 2 times 8 plus 3. 11. So 22 centimeters is the perimeter of this rectangle. Below figure is formed using 3 rectangles above. So same rectangles before. Now when you combine all together, you get inside length. So you can't take these ones. So what's the outer length? Outer length will count how many 3s? The breadth is 3 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3. How many 8s? 1, 2. 2 times 8. Now how we find out this length? Total length is 8 and this is 3. 8 minus 3, this is 5. And here also 5. So 5 and 5. That's twice. Then we missed one length. Here, these two. 1 and another 2 8s. So altogether 4. So I'll erase this one and write 4. This one should be 4. 4 times 8. 4 times 3, 12. 32 and 10. You get 4 here and 5. 54 centimeters is the perimeter of this combined figure. What is this shape? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-sided plane figure, hexagon. So find the perimeter. One side of this figure is 4. So perimeter is 4 into 6 because 6 sides are there. 24 centimeters. Now look at the perimeter of the combined figure. So combining 3 hexagons. But nothing happens, nothing overlaps. So you can take 24 times 3. So 24 times 3 is the perimeter of this combined one. So just attached from here only. So not overlapping sides. So 3 times 4, 12, 1 remaining. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So 72 centimeter is the perimeter of this combined figure. Now in this one, how many sides combined? Here 2 sides, one from this one and one from this. Another 2, another 2, another 2 and another 2. So how many sides overlap? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 sides overlap. Earlier, how many sides were there? 6 times 3. 6 times 3 hexagons. 6 times 3, 18. Now 4. If you take separately 6 times 4, 24 and 10 sides overlap. Actually, you are getting 14 sides. We'll check that out. So it's better to always take outer length. Now we'll see how many 4s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 sides are correct. So either you can use this method or this method, but I think better to take outer length and find out the perimeter. 4 times 4, 16 and 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 56 centimeter is the combined perimeter. Find the perimeter here. So what are the lengths given? Here, if you take this one, 14.14, 14.14. So 14.14 times 2. Then, what are the other lengths? 20, another 20. 20 times 2. And here 10 and 10. 2 tenths. Now don't take these two inside lengths, you can't take for perimeter. Now multiply. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 1, 2. Again 8 and 2. 20 times 2, 40. 2 times 10, 20. So when you add it together, you get 0.28 there. And 8, 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. So 88.28 centimeters. Look at this one. Now you get a circle part as well. Find the length of the circle if the perimeter is 40. Now, we know that perimeter is 50 centimeters given. Length of two lines, 14 and 14. 14 times 2. That's 28 centimeters. Now, how can we find out the circle length of this part? We call that's an arc length. Length of the circle is 50 minus 28. So here, I'll write 28 here. So this one is length of the circle is 50 minus 28. That's 22 centimeters. Now look at this one. As shown in the figure above, the boundary of 400-meter long flow path, find the length of the two circles. So the whole thing is 400 meters. So this is 90 meters, this is 90 meters. So what's the perimeter given? 400 meters. So length of both side lines, this line is 90, this is also 90. 2 times 90, that's 180 meters. So length of the circular area. So this one and this becomes the perimeter minus the two lengths. So perimeter is 400 minus 180. You get 220 meters is the length of circular paths. This one and this one. So that's the length. We are not taking these two. This one. The perimeter of the given figure is 70.4. Find the length of a smaller semicircle, where length of bigger circle which is 30.2. So this part is 30.2 centimeters given. We are asked to find the smaller one. So this one is same as this one because this side is equal to this one. So what's the perimeter given? 70.4. And what's the length of large semicircle? 30.2. Length of small semicircle is, you have to subtract the two values. So 70.4 minus 30.2. You do it here, 70.4, 30.2 subtraction. You get here 40.2. This is in centimeters. Now the length of one of the smallest semicircle. So this is two semicircles is this much. So what about one semicircle? You have to divide this by 2. You get 20.1 centimeter is the length of one semicircle. Find the perimeter of a smaller semicircle when the perimeter of the compound figure is 90.6. So all three sides are equal means this is equal to this one is equal to this one. All lengths of semicircles are equal. So perimeter is given 90.6 centimeters. So what's the length of one of the smaller semicircle? You have to divide this by 3 because perimeter means 3 lengths. We are not considering inside lengths. So take 90.6 divide by 3 is 1 length. 30.2 centimeters is the length of one semicircle. Now we'll look at review exercise. Find the perimeter of each of the figures given below. So this is an equilateral triangle. One length is 5 centimeters. So what's the perimeter? Perimeter is 5 times 3. That's 15 centimeters. This is isosceles triangle. This is 6 and this is 6 as well. So what's the perimeter here? 6 plus 6 plus 4. 10 plus 6, 16 centimeters. This one is a scalene triangle. Just add the lengths. 5 plus 6 plus 7. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 plus 6, 18 centimeters. This is a square. One length is 6. So what's the perimeter? 4 times 6 because there are 4 equal sides in a square. So 24 centimeters. This is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So what's the formula? 2 times L plus B, length and breadth. So 2 times length is 10, breadth is 4. 2 times 14, you get 28 centimeters. What's the shape here? Trapezium. This is 5, this is also 5. So what's the perimeter? Perimeter is, just add all the lengths. 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 8. 10, 18 plus 6, 24 centimeters. Question number 2. The perimeter of a square-shaped wall tile is 160. So the perimeter is 160. How many such tiles are needed for one lengthwise row of a wall of length 4 meters? If the tiles are to be fixed without any gaps between them. So what's the length of the wall? Is equal to 4 meters multiplied by 100, you get 400 centimeters. Now we'll find out one side of a tile. One side of a tile. Because the perimeter is given 160, divide by 4, you get one side of a tile. Then you can find how many tiles needed here lengthwise. Number of tiles needed lengthwise. 400 divided by 40. So you need 10 tiles for this way. Question number 3. If the perimeter of the rectangular shaped paddy field of length 40 meters. This is 40 meters and we don't know the breadth, but the perimeter is given 130. So perimeter is given 130, length is 40 and you need to find out the breadth. Use the formula P equals 2 times L plus B. Perimeter is 130, 2 times 40 plus B. Divide both sides by 2. This get cancelled out. 130 divided by 2, 65. Then subtract 40 from both sides. You get B equals 65 minus 40. That's 25 meters. Question number 4. The length of a rectangular shaped wall tile is greater than its breadth by 10 centimeters. If the breadth of the tile is 15, find its perimeter. So, what's the length? Length is 10 centimeter more than the breadth. So, length is 15 plus 10. That's 25 centimeters. Breadth is given 15 centimeters and you are asked to find out the perimeter. So, formula is 2 times L plus B. 2L is 25. B is 15. When you add it together, 2 times 40, 80 centimeters is the perimeter. Question number 5. There are 2 pieces of wire of length 60 centimeters each. Amali makes an equilateral triangle by bending one of these pieces of wire. Sandamini makes a square. find the length of side of equilateral triangle made by Amali and find the length of the side of the square made by Sandamini. So there are two pieces of wire. So the length of the wire is 60 centimeter each. So if this is equilateral triangle, you get three sides. So what's the length of one side of an equilateral triangle? $60 divided by 3. That's 20 centimeters. Now we'll look at the square. Square has four sides, equal sides. So what's the length of a square? $60 divided by 4. So 15 centimeters. Question number 6. The length and breadth of a rectangular shaped flower bed are 7 meters and 3 meters. How many square shaped bricks of length 25 centimeter each are needed to place one row of bricks around the flower bed without any space left between the bricks? So around this flower bed, 7 meters and 3 meters. Now we'll see lengthwise how many bricks are needed. So this is length is 7 meters, convert to centimeters, you get 700 centimeters. So number of bricks lengthwise. So here one brick is 25 centimeter long. So 700 divided by 25. So 25 times 250 for 200. So you get 8. So 28 bricks lengthwise. Then how many bricks needed for this side? Number of bricks for breadth side, 300 is the length, divide by 25. What's that? 25, and for 50 that's 2. But we know when you are taking the tiles, here how many tiles overlap here? Here 2 tiles overlap there. So that means you have to subtract how many tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles you have to subtract after you taking the total length. So we'll take that. So if you take number of a breadth side this, so actually if we take out these two, how many tiles are there? You need 10 tiles. So we'll find out the total number of tiles needed. $28 this way and 28 this way as well. And here you have to subtract 2 from here, 2 from there. So actual one is 20 minus 2 and 20 minus 2 there. What's the total? So 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60 plus 16. You get 76 altogether. The total number of tiles needed around this is 76. So this is one method we found using perimeter. 7 plus 3, this one, but you need to subtract 4 number of tiles because that's overlapping each other. If you take the perimeter, what's the second method? You can do perimeter of this figure is 700 plus 300 into 2. 2 times L plus B. So what's that? 2000 is the total length. Then divide by 4. Divide by the length of the tile 25. So you can find number of tiles is equal to, you divide by 25 and then you have to subtract again 4 from that. We'll see what you get. 25 times 8. 80 minus 4, 76. This way also you get the same number of tiles. Question number 7. The length of a rectangular shaped playground is twice its breadth. If the perimeter of the playground is 360 meters, find its length and its breadth. So we'll put x for breadth and twice 2x for length. L is 2x and B is x. Now use the formula. 2 times L plus B is P. 2 times 2x plus x equals 360. Divide by 2. 2x and x becomes 3x. 360 divided by 2, 180. So divide this by 3. You get x equals 60. So x is the length of the size of the breadth. So what's the unit? So this is breadth, 60 meters. And what's the length then? Length is 2 times of 60, 120 meters. Example number 1. Calculate the perimeter of each of the figures below. So these are all combined figures. So rectangle and a equilateral triangle combined together, and you are asked to find the perimeter. So when you take the perimeter, you are taking only outer length. So we'll take the first one. How many 7s are there? 1, 2. 2 times 7. How many 3s are there? 1, 2, 3. 7 times 2, 14, and 9, 23 centimeters. This one, we'll take 6, 1, only 1, 6. If you take 8, 1, 2, 2 8s. Then how many 4s? 1, 2. 2 4s, and then you get 10. 6 plus 8 times 2, 16. 4 times 2, 8, and 10. Add it together. 12. 1 remaining. So here 6 and 6, 12. 12 plus 8, 20. 2 remaining. 2, 3, 4, 40 centimeters. Part 3. So you need to find out the perimeter of the figure. So we will find out separately. GH is 5. This length 5 centimeters. AB, what's the length? Here total length is 5. This is 2. 5 minus 2, 3. So divided equally. So this is 1.5 and 1.5. So what's AB? 1.5 or 1.5. So we can find out 5 minus 2 divided by 2. So 1.5 or 1.5 we'll write. 2 times AB is now 2 times AB. AB is 1.5. Multiplied by 2, you get 3 centimeters. So this is 3 centimeters. So what's the perimeter? 5. This one, here we'll see how many 5s are there. 1, 2, 3. 3, 5. So I'll multiply this by 3. 5, 3 times, then 2. 1, 2, 3. Then 1.5 and 1.5, we get 3. Then that's all. So you can multiply 15, 6 and 3. 24. This is in centimeters. So perimeter is 24 centimeters. Exercise 2.1. Calculate the perimeter of each of the figures given below. So we'll see how many sides are there with 5 centimeter length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5. 25 centimeters is the perimeter. This one. 1, 2. 2 times 5. 7, 1, 2. 2 times 7. 10 plus 14, that's 24 centimeters. Look at this figure. Combination of 2 rectangles. So what's the perimeter? We'll take 6 length. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 6. When it comes to 2, 1, 2 and 3. 2 times 3. And then you need to find out this length. So how you find out that length? 6 minus 2, you get 4 centimeters. So you need to add 4 there. 6 into 3, 18. 6 plus 4, 10 and 18, that's 28 centimeters. Now look at this one. This is a good question. You have given this side 4, this one 5. So this is a rectangle and another rectangle. We don't know the lengths. Okay. Think about this one. This length and this length, when you add, what you get? The total length, 4. So take this length and move it up. So you get here. This length, move it there. So what you get? This is same as a rectangle. So length is 5, breadth is 4. So what's the perimeter? Perimeter is 2 times 4 plus 5. 2 times 9, 18 centimeters. This one, we'll add all lengths here. This is also similar to the previous question. If you move this one up, actually this is a rectangle and you get extra 2 lengths. But we'll add it together. This is 12. This is 10 and this is 10. 10 times 2. 4, 4, 4. That's 12. And this 4 and this 4, you get another 8. When you add it, 12, 12, 24. 24, 20 and 8. So you get 52 centimeters. Take this one. Here this is 11. Here can you see this length is equal to this length. So this is 8. Now we can find out the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 11 plus 8 and another 8. 2 times 8. 5 and 4. Now add it together. 11 plus 16 plus 5 and 4. 16, 1 remaining, 2, 3. So 36 centimeters for the perimeter. This figure, all lengths are given. So this is given and which side not given? Here this is 90 degrees means this is 4 and this is 4. Same length. This is like a rectangle. So all lengths we know. This is 5. This is also 5. Now we'll find out the perimeter. 15 and this is 15. 15 times 2. How many 4s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4. How many 5s are there? 1, 2. Now what about this one? This length? This is equal to this, given 6. Now we'll find out the length 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 6. Now add it together. 30, 16, 10 and 24. 1 remaining here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 80 centimeters. This is a trapezium. You have given all lengths here. This is same as this. So this is 13.4. Now you can find the perimeter. 13.4, 2 times. This is 12, 13 and 5 here. Multiply. 2 times 4, 8, 6 and 2, 26.8 plus. Here this is 3 plus 2, 5, 5, 5, 10 and 30. So add it together, you get 0.8 and 6 with 5, 56.8. That's in meters. Question number 2. A figure of a gate with 2 panels is given here. Calculate the perimeter of the gate. So we need to find out the perimeter of the gate. This is equal. This is 3. This is 3. This is 4. This one is 4. Now we'll find out 3 twice. 3 times 2. 4 twice and 2.5 and 2.5 twice. So what's the perimeter? 6, 8, 2.5 times 2, you get 5. 14 plus 5, 19. The unit is meters. Look at this one. A figure of an entrance structure constructed to welcome the students of grade 1 to a school is given with its measurements. Find the minimum length of the ribbon required to fix around the entrance structure. So basically that means perimeter of this figure. Look at carefully. This is 1. This is 1. So this is 3. So what's this one? 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 3, 5. Then this is 1 meter. This is also 1. And what is this side? This is 3. So this is 3, 3. Now we'll find the perimeter. You can add. How many ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1. How many 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 5. This one is 5. Now add 4 plus 15 plus 5, you get 24 meters. So the length of the ribbon required is 24 meters. This question, a figure of a net used to construct a solid is shown here. Calculate its perimeter. So all sides are equal, 6. So perimeter means outer length. How many 6s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 6, that's 36 centimeters. This one, a section of a courtyard constructed with square-shaped floor tiles of length 40 centimeter each is shown in the figure. Find the perimeter of this section. So perimeter means outer length. So one tile is 40 centimeters. So this one is 40. So we'll see how many 40s are there. So P equals perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 times 40, 0, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So this is in centimeters. So perimeter of this section is 960 centimeters. Look at question number 6. If the perimeter of a wall hanging composed of a square-shaped wooden lamina and an equilateral triangular-shaped wooden lamina with base equal to a side of the square is 160 centimeters. So the whole perimeter is 160. So all these sides are equal because this base is same as the length of this square. So equal sides, there are how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides are there. So the perimeter is 160. So what's the first question? Calculate the length of a side. of the square shaped wooden lamina. That means altogether 5 sides are there. So length of the square is 160 divided by 5. You get 32 centimeters. Then calculate the perimeter of the equilateral triangular shaped wooden lamina. So they are asking only the perimeter of this one. So 3 times of that. So perimeter of the equilateral triangle only. Three times one side is 32. 3 times 32. 96 centimeters. Look at this one. Question number 7. What is the least of the perimeters of the composite plane figures that can be made with 2 rectangles of length 6 and breadth 4? So when you take 2 rectangles, either you can combine like this with the breadth side, so 6, 6, 4, 4. Or what's the other way? You can combine with the length side. Now they are asking least of the perimeter. Least of the perimeter means the lowest value. So what do you think? Which one you need to get the lowest value? Breadth is normally smaller than the length. So here when you take length side inside, you get the perimeter least. So this shape is the correct one. But if you can't figure it out, we'll calculate and see. So what's the perimeter of this figure? So you can't take this one. Perimeter we can find 2 fours, 2 times 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 6. What you get? 8 and 24. 32 centimeters. This one, this is 6, 4, 4, 4 and 6. What's the perimeter here? 2 times 6, 6. And how many 4s are there? 4. 4 times 4. 2 times 6, 12 and 16, 28. So we can see that this is the least value, the lowest value out of this. So this is the least perimeter. So least perimeter is 28 centimeters. Question number 8. A composite figure formed with 4 rectangles of length 8 and breadth 4 centimeters each and a square of side length 4. Square of side length 4. So this one is shown here. Calculate the perimeter of the figure. So perimeter only the outer length. So perimeter is equal to, we'll see how many 8s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8. How many 4s? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now add it. 64 plus 16, 8. So you get 80 centimeters for the perimeter of this figure. Question number 9. Every morning, Binuli walks twice around the park shown in the figure. Find the total distance she walks around the park each day. So twice of that. So find the perimeter and multiply by 2. Now can you see this is a rectangular shape figure. So when you move this length here and this length here, what you get? You get a rectangular shape figure. So find the perimeter using 2 times. Length is 705, width is 475. 2 times addition of these two, 10, 8, 11. 2 times 0, 2 times 8, 16, 2 times 1, 2, plus 1, 3, 2. So this is the perimeter of this figure, but Binuli walks twice around. So you have to multiply by 2. So total distance is 2 times this. 0, 12, 7 and 4. So this is in meters, 4,720.
Okay.
So we covered all theory related to perimeter. So we found perimeter of square, rectangle, triangle, scalene, isosceles and equilateral. And then we did composite figures, combining 2 or more figures together. So when you are finding perimeter, so the perimeter of the combined figure is not the same as the perimeter of separate figures. And also, when calculating the perimeter of a composite rectilinear plane figure, only the lengths of the straight line segments by which it is bounded should be added, not the inside lengths. So make sure when you take a combined figure, you add all outer lengths.